Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This one is going to be a faceless one because I'm a little bit sick, but we're still crushing it. And I'm going to come back to this point later on, which is why being a closer or a setter is killing your potential. Now, a lot of people talk about sales. There's a lot of sales training. Sales is the best way to make money online, and it is. I started as a salesman as well, but this coming from a guy who's worked for like in sales for like almost like 2 years at this point and have like done closer setting, setter management. You can name every single aspect of it. I've done operational sales management in the 7 and 8 figure businesses. So this is coming from a guy who knows what he's talking about. Now, first of all, and first thing, I don't care what you say, it is a job. It is a job, and I don't care how fancy you want to name it. I don't care how you want to display it. It's still a job. And the reason why this is like, because a lot of people glorify sales as this like, oh my god, this is a make money online glitch. And it's this, first of all, sales is one of the hardest jobs in the world. There's a reason why it pays so much, because people hate rejection. People would much rather get kicked. Why did it, I don't know, that's kind of cool though. Wow. People would much rather get kicked in the face than get rejected. Like, that's the difference. But like, you need to understand that this is a glorified job. It's a glorified 9 to 5 that you do from your home. It's a remote job, and it's all good. And the reason why sales became such a big industry was of COVID in 2020, because a lot of businesses had to just move online, Zooms and all that stuff. That's why the industry blew up. But the thing is that it is still a job, and you are doing a job. Like, a description of a job is you working for someone else. That's it. Someone, right? So it's still a job, right? So you don't need to like sit there and be like, no, it's not a job. And this, like, people will tell you all the time that, hey man, you have your freedom. You don't. Now, here are more points which I have made, is that sales is a person game. Like, what type of person are you? And this is the thing, right? Starting a business or like doing your own thing depends on like what stage you're at and what do you want to do. Like, of course, if you're a complete beginner, first of all, beginners just don't watch my videos. But if you are a beginner, then you know you should just pick a skill. And I think sales is the best one because it's everything in the business, because you just learn the more front end of the business, and then you can just have an offer or create a super cool product like I have done, and then just sell it. Because what type of person are you? If you can't or don't want to take high amounts of risk, keep doing it. Keep doing sales. And this is it. I'm not demonizing anything. Sales does pay. I'm not saying it doesn't pay, but people glorify it like you can make 6 figures or 7 figures. You can do that, but most of the guys are in their 40s. So it depends on you, right? And also there are killers, there are that, but that takes years and years of just, like keeping them on. And also there's a lot of stuff which I'll talk about, which which is offer placement, and it's also paying, which is the most weirdest thing, paying for like a position, which I still don't, I just can't wrap my head around. It's so weird. Hey, you want to work on our company? Pay us money. Like, what even is that? So that's the first part. Because the thing is, like, business is all about risk. It's all about leverage. So if you cannot take a lot of risk and high amount of, keep doing sales. Okay. If you are doing all the things in your job and not seeking anything out of it, keep doing it, which means you're just obsessed with sales, you're obsessed with your job, and you just want to, do your job the best way possible and make money, which is completely okay. I'm again saying this again and again. If you are doing a sales job, if I did it, it's a good job, you can learn it. But some people are built different. Some people want something more out of life in general. Now, but if you have that little spark, or of, I want to be my own person, I want to mean something, I want to have my own mission, then start your own business. Because if you feel like the piffs and the cash collected you're getting should be yours, start it. This is the main thing. When I was doing my sales jobs, when I was like making like 2K, 5K, whatever I was making, right? Like 7K, 6K, whatever it was. I always felt like, and but the cash collected was like, like 30, 40 grand. I was like, yo, this should be in my pocket. I want this. And that's the thing. That's what you need to understand. Because the thing is that the reason why you get paid, and I'm not saying if you're getting paid, this is like bad money. Money is money. But you're not taking the risk of the business owner, and you're not taking the risk of the other factors of business, marketing, lead generation, all that stuff, right? That's where you get paid a proportion of like what you are getting paid. So if you feel like that, if you feel like these pips should be mine, this cash like this should be mine, I should be making 30, 40 grand a month, start your own business. If you feel like you want to see how a business works, start it. What I used to do, and the reason why I was so good at my job, is that I used to do setting, but I would just work so much on the other factors. I'm like, hey, how do you do your emails? I just want to learn everything about a business. How do you do it? Because basically you're buying. Sales is the easiest way to get a free mentorship. People don't understand that. You're going into a business, right, which is a successful business, that's why they're hiring. right? And you just get a free mentorship out of it. Like that's why I love the job as well. If you're someone who's a beginner, please start a sales job, because and of course it's hard to like land roles, do all that stuff, but the impact that you get from the job itself is absolutely fantastic. Like, I know about lead generation, I know about marketing, I know about all these factors, because the other sides of business. So what I used to do, I used to set, but I used to be like, hey, is there anything else I can do? They'll be like, no, not really. Hey, what about the email? So I used to just ask so many questions. They would move me up. They would be like, you know what, you're doing something good. Teach one guy or do something and just do closing. And then after the closing, it was like, okay, you know what? Manage people. So I became in this loop, and I was like, and the reason why I even started my business is that there's a guy, I'm not gonna name. I was working on his offer, and he just said, yo, bro, you need to start your own business. You're just super proactive. I was calling the guys. This is the craziest part. I was working as a setter, and he was like, you're keeping tabs on me. I'm the owner. You're calling me out. Hey man, we haven't done our call. We haven't done this. But like, your proactivity is through the roof. I was just on it every single day because I just wanted to learn that badly. And that's what you need to do. That's what you need to kind of create in your own life, which is this spark, is that you feel that you need to take the risk and be your own person and start. It's just start your own business. This is where I kind of struggled with that. I was dabbling in, I was doing a sales job and I was also working out. So I was like pulling these two levers here and there. And I'll tell you my story, what happened, where I started, because sales is a great skill and it can pay you 7 figures, but it will not pay you 7 figures a week or a month. This will kind of like change my mind. So I had friends in massive industries, which made like crazy. They made like $1.3 million a month, $2 million a month, and like different niches, different sort of businesses. And I was just like, man, I should be getting paid this much. Like, I want to make this type of money. Then that's the thing, because sales, there are a lot of people that do 6 figures and they're young. You can pull it off, but like 7 figures is like, you can do it, but it's still extremely hard to do. But you can never. I've never seen a guy pull 7 figures in a week. Never seen it. I don't know if someone else was doing it out there. Props to you, but it's probably like an insurance offer, super corporate, super like actual job type thing. And that's what I want to make. And this is what you need to do. You need to look at who you are today and choose accordingly. Because what's going to happen is that you're going to see, because this is what happens. This is what happened with me. How I got a little bit resentful of sales, because sales is actually kind of modeling. If I'm going to be honest, I'm even like modeling. How does that even correlate? Let me make you guys some sense. The thing is that if you don't get placed on the right offer, or if you don't have the right marketing, or you don't have the right owner, you're bound to just kind of like die. Like, that's the thing. And the worst thing about sales is that you waste your time. You can work on an offer for months and months on end and not get paid anything. Like, you wouldn't get paid a single penny. This has happened to me, by the way. So it happened in January. I hopped on 2 offers, which were great, by the way. I moved up the ranks. I was doing all this stuff. We were having daily calls as a team. Everything was going fantastic, right? And both the owners, and I don't know, maybe it's like divine intervention or God, whatever you want to call it. Both the offers didn't pay me anything. They turned out to be a scam, kind of a scam, because one owner paid me like I would say like 20% of the money that he owed me, and the other guy who was there didn't pay me like anything because he couldn't close anything because he didn't have a program in the first place. So, and these guys are in don't. These guys are, I'm not going to name them. They're 7 figure guys who are making money. You'll find them online. You'll be like, hey, these guys are crushing it, but people are like that. That's why I'm saying it's kind of like modeling, and that's why I don't want you guys to fall into the same category that I did. So all of these things happening in my life, right? I was like, let me venture out. I need to do something better with it. I need to venture out and I need to become something better than I am right now. And that's when I was like, you know what? Let me see what problems can I solve, and how can I make the business more money? Because I understood how business worked, because again, I told you that I was just doing everything that I could, right? I was doing every single part of the job. I was on it. I was like doing multiple sections of it. So I was just doing every single part of it. Now, what caused me to get pushed off was these 2 offers, and then again it was just like, low pay and all this stuff. I was like, hey man, like, I want to make 7 figures a week. I want to make that much amount of money. I want to be a billionaire by I'm 30, right? That's the goal. One of the goals. There's multiple goals that I have, by the way, guys, and you're gonna be the part of it. But this is the thing, right? Like, I'm documenting this. I told you in the first part is that I'm a little bit sick, but I'm still making this video. Why? Because I have that obsession. I have that passion. I want to make it. I'm obsessed with this stuff. Like, I love it. I'm obsessed with it, right? So once you guys understand this entire sort of thesis that I have on sales in general, is that you need to see who you are, or you need to be at a stage of life where you feel like transitioning. Have cash stacked up. Please have some cash stacked up, because that's going to help you a lot setting up your business. And also, you will know so many people like I do. Like I know so many guys who are making 9, 8, and even like 7 figures, which is like absolutely insane. I have literal pleasure working with them. Why can I not draw today? Maybe I'm a little bit sick, that's why. But my drawings they are getting better, guys. Like don't don't say anything about them. But my overarching principle of this video is that if you feel all the points which I have mentioned, which is you want to take risk, you want to venture out of the business, you feel like you want to be a known person, you think you're cool, I think I'm cool, I have a really great story which I'll share with you guys someday, where I come from, all that stuff. But that's the entire video. I want you guys to look at yourself today and choose accordingly of like what I want to do. And if you cannot do it right now, it's all right. It's all good. Sit there, stack up that cash, make that money, and become that person. If this is today's videos, and this is actually a heartfelt video that I wanted to make today. I was not gonna think I'm gonna record, but I just wanted to be real with you guys. I want to share this message out. If you're someone who's half pushing, half it, pull the trigger, guy. Pull the trigger, my brother, and just do it. Please do it. Because I made that mistake. I don't want you guys to make that mistake. If I did it faster, I wouldn't be making a lot more money. But that's the entirety of this video. Peace out, guys. And if you are, again, still on the trigger, please push it.